Oh yeah, the holiday is over and I've made it back to Universal Studios Hollywood on this very busy Saturday. We're gonna head inside the park, see what's going on, have some fun like always, and enjoy this beautiful day. Look at this weather, this is great. And before I forget, hello everyone, welcome back to another Theme Park Obsession video. My name is Dylan, and yeah, we're cruising around Universal Studios Hollywood today. It's gonna be a great day, so how about you and I dive right in? Well, they've definitely finished all the decorations out front. On my last visit, they were still preparing. But yeah, they are all ready to go for the holidays. Grinchmas has officially started. All of the holiday overlays are here. Oh yeah. But also brace for those crowds if you are coming to any of the theme parks. Universal, Disney, Knott's Berry Farm, Six Flags, SeaWorld, all of them. Just get ready for those crowds. Be patient and always be kind to the employees here because they're going through it as well. You know, I think the first thing we should do is check out the festivities for Grinchmas. Let's see what's going on in the snowflake. Now what's nice is they do have these kind of scattered around the park to let you know about the show times. The most important is the tree lighting at 5:30, 6:15, 7, and 7:45 today on this Saturday. Alrighty, didn't spend too much time in the snowflake today because it was crowded and the music's pretty loud, so it's kind of hard for me to film some stuff. I don't know if I'm going to do one of the tree lightings today. I don't believe I'm staying that long in the park this evening, but maybe on another visit I'll come later on in the evening and check out the tree lighting. But yeah, Grinchmas is pretty much the same like it's been for the past couple of years. It's a cool offering. I love the Grinch meet and greet and I love Max, but I would like to see something new in the coming years. I want them to do maybe some more walkthrough experiences or more interactive experiences. They have the entire park to play with, and yeah, I would like to see a little bit more. I know it's difficult to make walkthrough experiences, especially now that we have Fan Fest nights. You know, they got to strike all the Halloween Horror Nights haunted houses and then start building the Fan Fest stuff because that will open up in April, I believe. So, yeah, I mean, I get it, but it would be kind of cool to maybe do a walkthrough of the Grinch's lair somewhere in the park. I mean, that would be awesome. So, I don't know. Maybe in the next couple of years they'll improve on Grinchmas because I feel like they can definitely up the value. But moving on to the main event, oh yeah, Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. I was actually kind of surprised to see crew members today because it's a Saturday, the weekend after Thanksgiving. So I was like, I don't know if anybody's going to be on site, but no, people are here hard at work. And today they're working on one of those concrete platforms that's underneath the turnaround area, the transfer track area, right before we head back into the station. This is the end of the ride, but it looks like crew members are doing some detail concrete work, and I'll get a better view of that as we make our way back through French Street and towards the front of the building. They might do some testing today, which would be kind of fun to watch. It is a beautiful day for that. I'm not seeing anybody in the ride path, so they might be preparing for that. It's usually a good sign. If you're here at the park and you do not see anybody in the ride path, but there are a bunch of people kind of walking around everywhere else, there's a good chance they might do some testing. And as we lead up into the opening next year, yeah, they're going to be doing as much testing as possible because they're still programming this thing. And then on the far end over here by the dive loop, it looks like they're putting more pieces together for the Scream Shield. Look at that. They have a giant chunk already in place near the bottom of the element. So they're gonna bridge the gap here very, very soon. Moving on, I've made it around the corner closest to the escalators, and here's your look at the Scream Shield going in over that, and they're almost done. Just a few more pieces to go, and it will be complete. Well, at least the steel part of it. And speaking of metal, look at this. I don't like this. I think this is ugly. I feel like they could have done something totally different. And I don't know if this was the right move. They're clearly trying to save money here in the queue. I feel like they spent all the money on the roller coaster, and after they had purchased the product from Intamin, they were like, all right, now we're left with $1.50. What should we do? And there you go. That's what we're left with. So a little bit of a bummer there. Glad that the coaster is going to be absolutely incredible because this queue is definitely not that. On the other side of the escalator, it looks like they're putting in the fence. This is the perimeter fence to keep people safe and out of the ride path area. So that's almost done. Yeah, maybe if we're lucky, sometime in the next couple of weeks, as we go into December, they'll start putting in those glass panels that'll look just like these over the escalators right now. And then maybe by January or February, these giant Scream Shield structures will be done. Okay, I've made it down to the lower lot to see what's going on down here. We have the Raptor encounter happening off in the distance, and maybe if I'm lucky, I'll capture the boat heading down the hill. Yep, here we go. Perfect. Oh yeah. It's a really nice day to ride Jurassic World. Nothing too crazy happening in the lower lot, but all the decorations are now up at Super Nintendo World. Making my way back up to the upper lot to check back up on the coaster. I think they're going to start testing. But look at this. The Halloween Horror Nights Haunted House has been taken down, and all that's left is the tent. And by the time they take the tent down, I'm sure they're going to put the tent right back up, because then they got to start construction on Halloween Horror Nights 2026. That usually starts around late spring. It's pretty crazy. I feel like we're going to see more development over here, because you can see they still have some markings in the ground. There's one right there, and then there's another marking right over here. So maybe we'll see some more goodies pop up along the hillside. And I'm thinking that this open space right here might be used for, Halloween Horror Nights mazes in the future. I feel like the Mummy location is not going to be like a permanent thing, because I don't know. I think Universal's going to eyeball the lower lot for expansion. I mean, it's the only place in the park where they can expand, at least right now. Okay, I've made it back over to the lookout, and I'm not seeing anything right now. I'm not going to stay too much longer. I feel like I'll just come back tomorrow, if anything. Or do something else tomorrow. I don't know, we'll try to figure it out, but I don't know. I don't know if they're doing testing right now. Crazy to think, only a few more months to go, and this bad boy will be open. Yeah, it's almost 2026. That flew by. I remember when they first started taking down the trees on the side of the hill here. And now look where we are. We are at a nearly finished product. Okay, I've made it back to City Walk, but I wanted to check up on one more thing before I officially close it out, and that's Raising Cane's off in the distance. It's almost open. It opens up December 11th, so they're putting the finishing touches on the building. And just from here, I mean, it looks crazy. So let's get a closer look. Okay, so this is what everything looks like downstairs. They have a nice little seating area. This place will be extremely popular. So yeah, they need all the seating they can get. But look at this on the inside. We have some like special effects going on. We have a giant disco ball spinning in there. Yeah, and they've taken down the walls here in the front. This is super elaborate. I mean, this is probably the most elaborate Raising Cane's I've ever seen. And again, it will have a line down City Walk. This will probably make more money than the movie theater. And this is gonna make more money than any restaurant at City Walk too. I will put money on that. This will be the most popular thing. You watch. Well, that's going to do it for today's very quick video from Universal Studios Hollywood. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can let me know by smashing the thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel and you love these updates from the park and more, well, you should consider subscribing, because I have brand new videos every single week that you won't want to miss out on. And also be sure to check me out on social media, on my other social accounts, that is. This is social media, duh. It's one of those days. My Instagram account, my X account, and my second channel, all of that will be linked down below in the description. But until the next video, I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is. I'll see you next time in the parks. Bye.